Did you know that Google processes over 40,000 search queries every second? That is a lot of search queries. So in this video, we're going to go over keywords, and we're going to start to understand how we can get our little piece of the pie by using different types of keywords to get different results. So first off, we have to understand that there's a difference between shopping and search text ads. And there's a difference in the keywords. So with a search text ad, the keywords are actually set by you, but with a shopping ad, they're not set by you. Google sets your search terms, and the way they do that is by pulling from your description, from pulling from your title. They also pull from different similar products. So they kind of pick the keywords that work for them. Usually they do a pretty good job, but there are times when it's not quite right. And there's other times when you want to spend more money on certain keywords, like brand names. So how do we deal with this? Are we helpless? No, actually we have one tool available to us that really allows us to take control of our keywords. And that is the negative keywords. So negative keywords let us do a couple different things. They let us prevent any of those search terms from showing up, but they also let us rearrange our campaigns so we can spend more money on certain keywords. We can use a negative keyword and spend more money on that keyword, like a brand name. That is an advanced strategy that I use. And if you're interested in that strategy, I'll leave the card up in the top of the video here. Click on that card and that'll take you to the advanced strategy video. So what keywords do we have available to us? So there's 3 different types of keywords available that we can use. There's one, it's called a broad match. There's another one called a phrase match. And then there's the exact match. So each of these keywords does something slightly different. So I'm going to go over the difference between negative broad match, negative phrase match, and negative exact match. There's essentially one simple difference between the 3 when you're using negatives. And the difference is the order of the words. So negative broad match allows you to have the words in any order, and they will still prevent that search term from coming through. So you could have baseball hat or hat baseball, it doesn't matter. As long as it's the same word, exactly the same word. Because if you have an S on the end, as we mentioned before, so if it's baseball hats, so that's not going to work because negatives don't allow for a plural and they don't allow for close variants. So phrase match is a little tighter because it's going to prevent you from having hat baseball. So if you have phrase match, now it has to be baseball hat. So you have to have it in the right order for phrase match. And then we come to negative exact match. So negative exact match adds one more constraint. So it's the same as phrase match. So you have to have it in the exact same order. Has to be the exact 2 words or 3 words or however many words you have in there. But it has one more restraint. It can't have any other words around it. So for example, broad match can have, it could be blue baseball hat and maybe your keyword is baseball hat. Whereas if you have an exact negative keyword, now you can't have the blue in front of there. Otherwise, it's not going to negative that keyword out. So now if you have blue baseball hat, it won't work on that keyword. So for exact negative keywords, if you have a word in front of the keyword, or after, it's not going to work. So if someone types in blue baseball hat instead of baseball hat, now that's not going to work on that keyword. Or for example, baseball hat blue. Again, that won't work. If they type in baseball hat, that works. So that's the difference between those 3. So it's more about the word order. So broad match, there's no order for the words. Phrase match, it has to be in the order that you set. And exact match has to be in the order you set, and there can't be any outside words. So hopefully that makes sense. So if a broad match is by default, you just type the word in, you don't need anything around it, that becomes a broad match negative keyword. If you want a negative keyword phrase match, you have to put quotes around that. If you want an exact match, you put the square brackets around it. So if you want to learn more and find out how to actually set this up with your campaigns, take a look at this video here, because this video I go into a lot of detail, and I'm going to show you in this video how to set up your negative keywords, and it allows you to get a lot of control out of your campaign. So I even if you're just starting out, I go through every step, and it's a good video, so take a look.